time that we play best when everybody contributes. We really do. And I don't know if it's a system thing or a substitution thing, but you know, Coach Tony Jones helps me with the substitutions and the rotations, and I talk to Tony about what I want guys to play, and you know, the fact that Simeon gets 19 and 17 in 27 minutes is so important. That because as big as he is and with the energy that he has to play with to be effective, he can't play heavy minutes, otherwise he starts to pace himself and coast. So it was great that, you know, Trayvon could come in and get us 8 rebounds and a couple of blocks, and just sort of see that, you know, there's something there. It's going to be fun to watch him over the next few years and even this season. And then, you know, KT, you know, he did a phenomenal job defensively on Keon Moore. Keon Moore is a guy that averages, you know, close to 20, makes more than 3 threes per game, and he was 2 for 11 from 3. He had 12 points. KT did a phenomenal job, put a lot of effort out to defensively, so maybe it take away a little bit from his offensive game. And we got better point guard play tonight. Malcolm with 5 assists, no turnovers, had a big 3 in the second half. KC 3 and 1. We took better care of the basketball. We worked harder in our offense this week, and to score 80 and have 16 assists and 11 turnovers, it was just it's a much more normal-looking stat sheet.
How'd you approach the point guard rotation? Because obviously Malcolm got most of his production in that second half.
Yeah.
And it looked like the first half was more Taj and KC.
Well, we obviously Taj started, and then KC was probably going to get the lean on the minutes. But Malcolm had a great rotation, and Malcolm was playing well, so we just left him out there, and as a result, you know, he obviously played really well in the second half. When we got pressed with about 3 minutes left to go in the game, I didn't think KC went and got the ball. I think he put Alex in a bad spot, and I took him out. I said, "You're the point guard. You got to go get that basketball." And we turned it over the first time they pressed us. And you know, I tell you, it's been. These kids deserved it tonight. They deserve to feel a little better about themselves with the win, because it's been a struggle from the standpoint of, you know, we're practicing 2 or 3 times a day, and we've got that group with Alex and with Trayvon and with a couple of guys, and I got about 20% of the plays that Trayvon I can run when he's in there, about 50% when Alex is in there, and I'm not just thinking about matchups, and I'm not just thinking about what's going to work. I got to think about what they know and what they don't know. And I did think there were times that, you know, defensively, our bigs did not do a very good job defensively as far as our rotations are concerned. We're going to have to tighten that up for Saturday.
Bruce, would you say that Malcolm is maybe the biggest surprise from what you expected when you got here?
No, Philip, because I don't think Malcolm's played his best basketball yet. In other words, I'm really pleased with how he played tonight. He had another game this year where he was really good. So I kind of expect him to play like this. And he has not played like this all year, consistently. So I can't say that I'm happy with where he's at. I'm happy with the way he played tonight. And so I was glad. I was glad to see him. I was glad to see both KC and him respond, because, you know, I'm going to, first of all, I think when dealing with the media, dealing with our public and our fans, I want to be open. I want to be honest. I want to tell them what I really think. And sometimes that means I'm going to be critical. I hope I'm critical of myself more. Like, for example, when I talked about our offensive struggles, I said we're not very well coached yet. That's my fault. And we're not getting point guard play. Good point guard. I said it's my fault. It's like when I said when you don't get good quarterback play. I think that's coaching in some ways. So just glad to see those guys, you know, obviously play with more confidence. And again, we're going to need it, because the best team we've played so far is going to come in here on Saturday, Xavier.
This is the best you've seen from Antoine. He made quite a few moves to the lane, spin moves, relying on that ankle. Is this the best you've seen from him? Is just physically?
He can play better. That physically is good. He's probably about 80–85%, so it's great. He doesn't really show the effects of having that ankle. He and our trainer did a really nice job working back. I think Antoine's capable of more. He did a night. He got a couple baskets in transition, which helped. I think he can do a better job in half court.
Is there something different you see from your team when in the second half specifically you had a run there where they respond? When it gets down to 2 or 3, there were a couple of times where you haven't responded this year. This is the second or third time where you did respond. You get 6 different guys scoring in that run. Is there something you're seeing differently?
The tempo picked up a little bit. We got some stops. We got some rebounds. I mean, here's the deal. They shot 34%, but they got 21 offensive rebounds. If we had done a better job of rebounding the ball, we'd had much more opportunity in transition. So some of that run was transition. And we got a few late clock baskets that were meaningful. And again, I just think teaching, time, understanding of what we're trying to do, and it showed. And the good thing about that locker room is there are 10 or 11 guys think they contributed, know they contributed. They're feeling good about themselves. And the fact that we're getting better.
Bruce, what do you think of Trayvon? 8 rebounds in 12 minutes, 2 block shots. It seemed like he had other shots that didn't even show up in the stat sheet.
Yeah, he's getting along. As the neatest thing about it is the guys like him, he likes the guys, he's happy, and he's getting along. And I thought early he missed a couple of rebounds, and I thought he responded really well then, picked it up, and got a couple of tough rebounds, got a couple of rebounds off the rim. And we missed 2 lob opportunities for him tonight. We try to get him a little look. We're not going to get those looks all the time. That'll get scouted on us, but I thought we could have a nice throwdown in there. But good to have. It's a dimension for us, and again, it's just going to be fun watching him over the next few years grow and develop.
You've talked about that you had to, what you know with different guys on the on the floor. How long do you anticipate it takes before they can all do it?
Probably take me two more weeks before they're caught up and where not an experience, but at least knowing what we're going to do. And we may play some teams that'll change defenses or do some different things, and they got to be able to respond. But this is the first time all year now that we're as healthy as we're going to be. This is it. There's nobody else coming in. There's no more mid-semester magic. This is it. And so, but there's enough here to get competitive. And so Xavier's a great opportunity Saturday. They've been destroying some people, and we're going to have to play better to be able to be competitive against them. But what an opportunity! So we'll see if we can respond.
I guess you talk about the offensive board, the discrepancy there, but I mean, really at times, nobody was really attacking for that second chance opportunity. Was that an issue for you? Do you think that was a problem?
It was a problem tonight. I mean, they got 16 second chance points. I know we had 17. We competed in boards too, but yeah, that's way too many, way too many rebounds. And we got our hands on some balls we didn't finish. We didn't finish the job. So part of it's our size. Jordan Granger had 4 rebounds in 25 minutes at the power forward position. It's not enough. Alex came in. He only had 2 defensive rebounds in 15 minutes. He's got to do better on the defensive glass. We need to give Simeon more help on the defensive glass. And Simeon's got to play better defense.
We'll do one more. How do you feel about just your play at home this season? I mean, being 3-1 at home and then 1-4 on the road, and what are you guys trying to work on? I mean, I know that obviously this is a homestand that you guys got coming up. But.
Yeah. Typically what happens is I don't think being on the road has affected our play. It has elevated the play of our opponents, but I don't think the crowd cost us anything. And so, the reason why we went on the road 3 times was that so when we go to Vanderbilt, it's not going to be the first road game or even the second road game. It'll be the 4th road game. So at least, in a very hostile environment, we've been in a few hostile environments. So, we're one of the teams in the league that have played the fewest home games. There aren't many teams that on December 17th have played just 4 home games. So it's good to be home. And I hope we can sell this place out on Saturday. This week, this is a really, really good basketball team, a fun basketball team to watch. So for all of our fans down here in this part of the state, boy, this will be a treat now. I mean, this will be a real treat. because they can play.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Bruce.
Thank you, guys.